Does this thing even have brakes?
Yeah. Yeah, they work. Well, they did. There's not any fluid in them.
This car has a parking brake, doesn't it?
Yeah. It's in park though, so same thing.
Oh. Well, we're pulling the trans.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, I mean, today we're going to be trying to get this engine out of this GTO. We can put this other engine in and get this thing running. It's going to be somewhat similar to what we were doing with the Mustang, except for the engine's coming out with the trans. So we're going to have to unbolt this exhaust, take the trans mount off, take the drive shaft off, unbolt the winter mounts from the engine, just unhook everything else, and then this engine should come right out. No problem.
The only reason this car isn't like rusted out is because up north when you buy a car new, that they undercoat it front to back.
Yeah.
But they do it, you know, heavily. So this car is actually really solid, and it's an all original car. Interior, everything, motor, brakes.
Yeah.
It's all original. It's all decently low mileage. It's definitely not a 100,000 mile car. So that odometer is true miles, cause yeah, this pedals still look fine. Usually you can tell mileage from seats, pedals, and the carpet. And this doesn't have very many on it. I look at this and be like, yeah, it's kind of rough, but most people, they're like, that is probably one of the cleanest original ones, you know, that you'll get to see. You don't see them this nice. You know, it's just dirty. It's really ain't that much. It's all just like barely any surface rust.
Yeah. Well, that engine's coming out and this one's going in.
Yep. It's a 428 out of a 69 goat. Got to finish painting some things. New thermostat. But this motor doesn't have very many miles. I ran it probably 2 years ago. It's a Hoss, so it'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Look. Oh, you video?
Yeah.
Oh.
Alright. We're going to pull the exhaust off real quick. Alright, we got the transmission, the motor out. This actually did not take as long at all. It was very simple.
Pretty simple.
Very, very simple. No time at all. Well, maybe 30 minutes to an hour, but that's really nothing for pulling that.
About 30 to an hour, start to finish.
Yeah. Well, this one, we're not going to be using this one at all. This is the one that's going to go in there. So, a pretty one's going back in here.
Yeah, and we're going to clean and paint the firewall and the frame and all that.
Dylan and I got it moved out, pushed the motor over here, but pulled the car over here, getting ready to clean the front end, getting some things done on it. But I went to the store, went ahead and got me a new pad, some new Maguire compound. Got a foam pad and a couple other goodies over there. But getting it ready to make this paint all nice. But as you can see, it's real glossy, and then it's real poo-poo right there. So I've only done just this little section, this pillar, and about half of this quarter panel right about here. Just getting this all cleaned up. Basically for the next couple days, I'm just gonna worry about cleaning the body up, getting everything real nice on the paint, just do some odds and ends. Basically, I got to crawl up under here. This car came from Ohio. I have all the original paperwork, but I got to crawl up under here. You probably can't see it, but there's rust. Well, I take that back. A lot of the factory undercoating that these Northern cars get, they like to crumble off and just flake off, and over time. But anyway, I'm gonna get up under here, clean all this up, get all nice and clean. All of it's actually on the frame. It's just surface rust, thank God. But after I paint it, I'm gonna paint everything from the axle back. Well, a little bit in front of the axle. Yeah, about the axle back. And just get it all cleaned up, looking nice. What I'm probably gonna end up having to do is all this factory GM primer from, you know, back then. It was all red. I actually have, I think it's called Shamrock Red. I forget. I actually have the red primer. So I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do is probably blend it into the quarter, but repaint, do some body work, repaint the whole front end along with the door, and probably that door too. But first things first, clean this whole front end up, get everything painted. It's all surface rust, and it's really not that bad at all. We're actually gonna mask this off. This is one of the shifts, but it's from May of 1965. It's kind of hard to read, but I guess that's when it was made off the line.
Okay, we moved the car back, and honestly, it turned out really good. It was supposed to be a semi-gloss, but it looked like it got just a little bit of a matte finish in a way. But you can still see some gloss in it. But nah, it looks really good. We're gonna be replacing this because this master cylinder only has one piston. We're gonna replace that because having one piston on these master cylinders were kind of dangerous back in the day. And when they went out, you just had no brakes. So we're gonna be swapping it to a dual piston one. So that way if one goes out, we'll still have a chance to be able to stop. And if you want to know what they look like, they kind of look like this. We actually have the box for the one we're putting in there. And there's this one. Honestly, it's probably like the heaviest piston cylinder I've ever held. That thing is heavy, but it looks good. I like it. This car had a 2-speed power glide, but we're taking that out and we're gonna put a turbo 400 in it. Right now we're gonna pretty up these accessory parts, and then on this engine, pretty much paint and mods will be done, and we'll just have to put it in and put the transmission and everything together. Let's get through that. Okay, everything is painted. And it actually turned out real good. It looks great. And even the manifolds. It may have pulled some paint off of here a little bit, but that's okay, we'll just touch it up later. But now we finished painting everything. So everything's kind of clean right now. So we'll be trying to put the transmission and this motor together. We went ahead and put a carburetor on it. This is not the original carburetor, but we're just going to use this one for right now. And then we'll find the original one we had for this. But for right now, we're just going to run that one. So I guess we're going to get this motor and this transmission put together.